if I told you the features car companies brag about the loudest are actually the ones quietly destroying your car's reliability? I'm not talking about old clunkers or rare defects. I'm talking about the so-called upgrades they shove into almost every new model. Features that kill batteries, fry transmissions, and leave you stranded with a repair bill that costs more than your car payment. These aren't improvements, they're traps. And unless you know what to look for, you could be driving one right now. Modern cars are full of flashy new features, but not all of them are as helpful as they look. Car companies may brag about these in glossy ads, but your mechanic knows the truth. After digging through countless service reports and frustrated driver complaints, one thing is clear. These top 10 features are reliability nightmares. Buckle up. If you care about your car living past its warranty, you'll want to avoid these. On paper, they sound like cool upgrades, but in reality, they often break first. A few have even been quietly axed from new models after causing too many headaches. Now, let's dive in.
Feature number 10, electronic parking brakes. Remember the good old handbrake lever? Automakers replaced it with a push-button system. It sounds futuristic, but in reality, it just traded reliability for complexity. Now, a tiny motor and some sensors hold your car on a hill. The minute one of those parts fails, your car could be frozen in place or suddenly rolling backwards. Mechanics hate this. A simple parking brake repair now needs special calibration tools. And if your battery dies, guess what? Your smart brake might not release. We traded a rugged lever for a piece of plastic and wires. Picture this. You're sitting at a red light and the car won't budge because the brake button decided to glitch. All for a feature that was supposed to be more convenient. Nice trade-off, huh? Trust me, nobody wants a computer holding their car hostage. At least with the old lever, you got a satisfying clack and tactile feedback. Now you just get silence or a glitch.
Feature number 9. Dual clutch transmissions, or DCT. Once found only in race cars, dual clutch transmissions promise lightning-fast shifts and better fuel economy. In real life, though, they often feel jerky and unpredictable, especially in stop-and-go traffic. Each takeoff can feel like a tug of war, and parking becomes a guessing game of gears. When these high-tech transmissions break, the repair bill can be monstrous. Entire transmission swaps are not uncommon. Ford's PowerShift and some Hyundai and Kia models have already earned legendary reputations for DCT nightmares. For most drivers, a good old torque converter automatic or manual would have been far more reliable. Replacing one of these expensive dual-clutch units can cost a small fortune. Unless you're literally racing every day, this upgrade is just trouble on wheels. Many would gladly trade a bit of speed for fewer breakdowns.
Feature number 8, continuously variable transmissions, CVT. This gearless system uses a belt and pulleys to smoothly change speeds, theoretically improving efficiency. But CVTs have a notorious reputation for early failures. The belts can stretch or slip under stress, leading to complete breakdowns. When a CVT dies, you're often looking at a bill that rivals a brand new engine. And unlike a simple clutch, there's no quick roadside fix. Many Nissan and Honda owners have stories of towed vehicles and extended warranties because of these issues. Some brands even extended CVT warranties after enough headaches. The older, conventional automatic from 10 years ago would have saved you endless trouble and cash. Meanwhile, most drivers would happily give up a few mpg rather than stare at that CVT warning light. Feature number 7, air suspension. It feels luxurious until it doesn't. Air suspension systems replace metal springs with rubber bellows and compressors. One tiny puncture in a rubber bladder and your car sags instantly, like it's had one too many. The compressor then runs overtime trying to pump it back up, often burning out in the process. You'll hear hissing or groaning as the ride height plummets. Fixing just one failed air spring can cost hundreds, and if the compressor dies, you could be out thousands. In the end, this magic carpet ride can leave you stranded and dumping money into a sinking car. Luxury? More like a money pit. Even on a brand new car, these can start to fail under normal wear. Many off-road vans stick to coil springs because they never collapse without warning.
Feature number 6, driver assist systems. Lane keep, blind spot warnings, adaptive cruise, they all sound helpful, right? In reality, they often do more harm than good. Ever been in a tug-of-war with your own steering wheel at 80 miles an hour? That's lane keep when it misreads the lines. Or had an alert screen because it thought a tree shadow was a vehicle. These systems can be oversensitive and erratic. When it's raining or road markings are faded, expect jerky corrections or sudden brake taps. The car fights you at the worst times, like you're co-piloting an unwelcome robot. And all those extra cameras and sensors are another headache waiting to happen. Cleaning, calibrating, and replacing them adds cost. They certainly won't make your car last any longer. For now, keep both hands on the wheel and trust yourself over a confused computer. Feature number 5, glass roofs. A panoramic moonroof looks cool, but it comes with big downsides. That slab of tinted glass instantly turns your cabin into a greenhouse on sunny days. Your air conditioner has to run double time, and plastic parts fade faster under that constant UV exposure. Glass roofs also add weight and complexity. Motors, sliding panels, and electronic shades. More parts to break or leak. And don't forget safety. That large overhead window can shatter in a rollover, sending shards everywhere. It may sound dreamy, but in reality, you're trading peace of mind and comfort for a view you'll rarely use. A cracked panoramic roof can cost more to replace than your engine. A steel roof may seem boring, but at least it won't cook you or break your bank. And don't think scratching it is easy. It's one big windshield on top that can shatter and cost a fortune.
Feature number 4, ambient lighting. Sure, colorful LEDs on your dash or doors look snazzy at first, but think about it. What practical use do they serve? These lights add a nightclub vibe to your cabin that can actually distract you at night. Do you really need a pulsing light show while trying to focus on the road? All they do is introduce more failure points. Broken LED strips, faulty dimmers, and extra wiring. That's just new stuff to go wrong. Flashy as they are initially, many drivers end up killing the lights after a week. Fixing or replacing them isn't cheap either, and it won't save you a dime on fuel or improve performance. The novelty wears off fast, and soon that green or pink glow is just an annoying eyesore. In short, it's style over substance, and your reliability suffers for it.
Feature number 3, auto parking assistance. Parallel parking shouldn't be reinvented by robots, yet here we are. Letting the car handle tight spots sounds convenient, but it's often a liability. Imagine the system misjudging a curb or another car, and you end up with a scraped bumper and a software blame game. You still have to double-check and sometimes take over at the last second. Meanwhile, you've just grown dependent on technology for a simple task, and those parking sensors and calibrations cost money. Every beep, camera, and software update is one more thing that can fail or need replacement. In this case, doing it with your own hands is usually simpler, safer, and far more reliable. In the end, you pay extra for a feature you might never trust and then rely on it anyway. A sure recipe for trouble. Feature number 2, electronic throttle control, drive-by-wire. Remember when pressing the gas pedal directly opened the throttle? Now, your foot's input is sent to a computer. That tiny delay might feel like nothing, but in some cars it's noticeable. Floor the gas and you might feel a brief hesitation or even an unexpected surge, all because the car is processing your request. If the throttle position sensor or software glitches, the car can go into limp mode, cutting power until you limp to a shop. Check engine lights from this system are common. Fixing it isn't as easy as adjusting a cable anymore. Diagnostics, reprogramming, new parts, it gets expensive fast. The mechanical instinct is gone, replaced by electronics that sometimes say no.
This also leads to weird quirks where a sport mode is needed just to mimic the old throttle feel. In short, cars have turned your gas pedal into a suggestion rather than a command.
Feature number 1, automatic high beams. In theory, automatic high beams should keep your road bright without blinding others. In reality, they're more annoying than helpful. These systems tend to flick your high beams on or off at the wrong times. A stray streetlight reflection or a dirty sensor, and suddenly you're dazzling the car ahead or driving with dim lights. You end up playing peekaboo with your headlights, which can be dangerous.
Many drivers just turn the feature off after one bad experience. And if the tiny sensor fails, replacing or recalibrating it can cost several $100s. For controlling your visibility, the manual switch was always faster and foolproof. Studies even show that many drivers disable auto high beams within weeks. For nighttime safety, the old manual stick is still your best bet. Those are the 10 car features you should steer clear of if reliability matters. These upgrades might look cool on paper, but they can secretly cut your car's life short and send repair bills sky high. Choose simplicity instead. Your engine and wallet will thank you. Stay smart and save those headaches for problems that really matter.